What's up, Palians? Palia has been in open beta for almost 2 weeks now, and I thought it was about time I hooked you up with the best tips and tricks to help you get the most out of your play. Some of these I don't hear or see talked about too much, so I hope you'll learn something new. And if I miss anything, please be sure to let me know in the comments below. Now, let's get started. This first one may sound really obvious to some of you, but I swear so many people have come into my Twitch streams and are shocked when they see me opening my oysters. Yes, you can open the unopened oysters. Go figure, right? The oysters, along with the shells and coral, which are found along the length of Bahari shores, are really easy money early game, especially if you open the oysters, as the open meat sells for more than the closed shells do. And you'll regularly find pearls which sell for 70 gold each. If you're lucky, you'll even get the occasional green pearl which sells for 145 gold. So get out there, start gathering, and don't forget to open those oysters. Don't like seafood? Well, hope you have a sweet tooth because cakes are where it's really at if you want to get rich quick. While I don't recommend trying to make cakes alone, you can once you learn the recipe for the celebration cake by reaching level 9 cooking, and also learn the recipe for the preserves jar at level 8 farming. The reason I don't recommend doing it alone is double layered. Like a cake? Get it? Anyway, first, it's a long, multi-step process. Second, it requires a lot of ingredients that are both rare and long to obtain. So the best thing you can do is make a group with friends, up to 15, allowing you to hasten the process as well as share ingredients. That means ingredients last longer and you all get more cake. Depending on the jam you use or whether the cake is starred or not, you can make an upwards of 85,000 gold in around 3 hours. If you don't have friends to do cake parties with, don't worry. Just join the Palia Discord. People are always arranging them in there. Of course, another obvious source of income is from crops, but be sure to get the most out of each. There are a number of ways to do this. Be sure to read the descriptions of each seed. Some crops give buffs to those around them, such as decreasing the need to water them regularly or increasing the quality of them. In addition, the different types of fertilizer will help with similar effects plus more. The Speedy Grow fertilizer increases the speed that crops grow, and the Harvest Boost fertilizer increases the amount you get for each crop. You can learn recipes for fertilizers from Badru, buy some from Zeki, or get them yourself from the worm farms. Mix and match and find the method that benefits you the most. Now that I've taught you how to earn money, let me teach you how to save it. Do you find yourself spending a lot of money on seeds? Well, don't. You'll earn the ability to buy the seed maker by reaching level 2 farming. Once you have that, save some of your crops after each gathering and place them in there. You'll never have to buy seeds again. This is especially important for apples and blueberries, which are much harder to gather seeds for. Side note, seeds sell for more than the produce themselves. If you don't mind the weight, you could put all your produce through the seed maker and then sell for more profit. I don't think I have the patience for that though. As you level up your crafting, Tish will sell nicer and more expensive furniture recipes. But did you know that you don't have to buy every single recipe from her? In Palia, you learn new recipes whenever you craft something new from the same series. That means if you just buy one recipe from each furniture set, you can still learn the others plus more without spending money needlessly. You'll have to craft them all either way, so I definitely recommend going with this method. To flip the switch a bit here, I'm next going to give you a tip that requires you to spend money. I know, we're talking a lot about money. Have you ever received a Zeki coin in the mail? Have you ever wondered what triggered that? Well, let me tell you. Every 24 hours real time, you can receive a Zeki coin by making a purchase in his shop. It doesn't matter how expensive the purchase is, so feel free to buy something cheap. Once you get the coin in the mail, bring it to his store and put it in the big gacha machine sitting on the counter to the right for a nice surprise. You'll receive anything from seeds, fireworks, to actual exclusive furniture items. Best of luck in getting a cute plushie. I still haven't. Moving on from greed, corporate, money-hungry tips, let's talk about the core of Palia: community. I'm sure you all know about player requests, so I won't say much about that. Though, just a heads up that you're limited to 4 requests per 24 hours, what I really want to recommend checking out is the chat in the bottom left corner. I know that if you're playing alone or even with friends, it can be really easy to ignore that chat. Don't. Palia players are usually some of the most giving and sharing people. Oftentimes, you'll see players calling out flow trees, Palium ore, and magic Cernux and Pacha. I have gotten so much through the kindness of others, and I'm sure you can too. And of course, I encourage you to do the same for other players. If you find something good, call it out and wait to see if others respond. One of Palia's best features is the ability to share loot with others, just like the cake baking parties I talked about earlier. So let's use and encourage that. The more helpful we all are, the better and stronger the community will be. And as they say, what goes around comes around. Speaking of good items and helping others, I want to share with you all a couple of special routes and strong farming areas, as well as miscellaneous farming tips. If you're just beginning and looking for clay, start at the northwest corner of Kilima's map, where the beach is, and follow it all the way down to the southeast corner. Doing this will net you so much clay in a single trip. Also in Kilima, you'll find copper, everywhere. You won't need much help with that, but I do want to point out that silver is a rare drop from the copper rocks. Even if you think you have enough copper, you may still want to mine them. Later in the game, you're going to want Palium. This is a rare ore used for the exquisite tool upgrades and many of the rare furniture sets. The sooner you start farming them, the better. You'll just need to have the iron axe. I'm going to put the best route for Palium on the screen here. So, be sure to pause it if you want to screenshot or memorize the route. Along this route, you'll find a lot of iron rocks as they are common in Bahari Bay. As with the copper, iron rocks also have a rare drop, gold. Don't miss out. Key point? Even if you don't find Palium, destroy every rock you see at each location. This will increase the odds that a Palium rock will spawn in its place later. This also goes for flow trees and other items. Clear everything out and it will increase the chances of rare stuff popping up elsewhere. Speaking of Flowwood, the best tip I can give you is to log in immediately after servers go down for patches or unexpected reasons. Whenever the servers go back up, there's an increase in the amount of Flowwood that appears on both maps because everything resets, but only for a limited time. I once farmed over 150 pieces of Flowwood in an hour or so thanks to this tip. Get out there and get wood. That sounds so wrong. The last item I think you should grind for heavily is a sweet leaf, as it's used for the celebration cake mentioned at the beginning of this video. I have the perfect location for farming them, which I'll put on the screen here. I recently farmed about 150 in an hour or two just by doing laps in this one area. By the time you finish one lap, tons more will spawn. Just be sure to pick up everything else like mushrooms too, so they're more likely to spawn. And keep an eye out for bright shrooms on this route as well, because you'll find a fair few of those too. Want to save some of your worms for the right fish? Here's how. Palia luckily lets you see what fish or item you'll reel in right after the third bob. If you see that it's not what you want, wait a moment and let whatever it is fall off the hook, then reel in the line. Doing this will not waste any worms and allow you to try again infinitely until you get what you want. Now that we have all these materials and can make all this amazing cool furniture, let me give you an incredible design hack. First, press Ctrl to open the editor mode on your plot, which allows you to freely pick up items and easily move them. Next, press Z. This completely removes the grid, allowing you to place items even more accurately, as well as in places you weren't allowed to before. If you didn't know, you can also place wall items on the outside of your house. But even cooler than that is being able to use wallpapers on the exterior too. You can even place them in different sections depending on the face of the wall. That means a lot of customization options. So be sure to mix and match and try it out. Now that your house interior and exterior are looking super fresh, hip, and sexy, I'm sure you'll want to take a picture. What? You didn't know you can take pictures in Palia? Yep. Just press K to open up your camera and voila! You're ready to be the best Instagram royalty in all of Palia. You can even save the photos to your PC to upload later. One more tip to round it all off. Has this ever happened to you? If you're ever stuck, be sure to type /unstuck in the bottom left-hand chat. You may have to do it a few times before it works, but it will definitely get you out of some pinches. Palia is still in beta after all, and there are some glitches. I once had a friend get stuck under a cliff for 10 minutes. So what do you think? Learn anything new? If you liked this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Again, let me know in the comments below if I missed any tips you think should have been in this video. And if you'd like to watch me play Palia and other cozy games live, check me out on Twitch, where I stream 3 days a week. All my links are in the description box below. See you around!